Deep in the ocean, there is this tiny creature that's straight up powerful. It is not a snake or a shark, it is the mantis shrimp. While lions and tigers own the land, this little crustacean is packing a secret weapon. I am talking about a punch that is literally faster than a speeding bullet. This strike is so intense it generates crazy heat and destructive bubbles. So how does this weapon even work? And what makes this creature so incredibly strong? Mantis shrimp are definitely not your average shrimp. They actually belong to the order Stomatopoda, which includes over 450 different species. Plus, they have compound eyes that are considered some of the most complex in the entire animal kingdom. This creature's punch reaches speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour underwater. That is basically the same speed as a small caliber bullet. And get this, the whole punch happens in less than 0.003 of a single second. So this punch creates a bubble called a cavitation bubble. When this bubble collapses with force, it releases massive energy. I am talking about temperatures that can reach about 5,000 degrees Celsius, that is basically as hot as the surface of the sun. See, this bubble collapses just fractions of a second after it forms. This collapse produces a flashing light called sonoluminescence. And get this, the light can be bright enough to actually see with your own naked eyes in those dark waters. The force of this punch is totally enough to smash through snail shells and crabs with ease. Scientists have actually noticed this shrimp breaking glass tanks in labs. For example, aquarium glass that is 1 centimeter thick does not stand a chance against 2 hits in a row. If we compared this to human scale, the results are straight up mind-blowing. If a human had that same relative acceleration, they could literally punch a baseball all the way into Earth's orbit. Plus, this punch accelerates at 10,000 times the force of gravity. For example, a pro boxer's regular punches don't even top 50 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, the mantis shrimp is basically twice as fast underwater, even though water is 800 times denser than air. This physical challenge really shows off just how complex and unique its biomechanical design truly is. This shrimp's arm actually works like a super complex slingshot. It features a structure made of 4 different layers of natural fibers. Scientists discovered that these layers absorb the shock and keep the arm itself from breaking during every single punch, unlike metals, which totally wear out under repeated pressure. If we look at a part called the saddle joint, we find a totally unique saddle-like shape. This structure stores elastic energy just like a super-efficient spring. When this spring is released, the arm shoots out with lightning speed. Robotics engineers have actually been inspired by this design to create high-speed robotic arms. Scientists used to think a punch like that would totally wreck the shrimp's own arm. But then they discovered this unique layer made of hydroxyapatite, which is a type of calcium phosphate. This is the exact same stuff found in human bones, but here, it is arranged in a spiral pattern that absorbs shocks and keeps it from cracking. This defense mechanism makes the mantis shrimp an absolutely unrivaled hunter. It strikes its prey way before they even sense danger. There are different types too, like the spearer, which uses razor-sharp spikes like harpoons, and the smasher, which uses a heavy club-like knob to crush hard shells just like a tiny iron wrecking ball. If a human tried to copy this punch without that special design, the bones in their hand would shatter on the very first hit. We are talking about forces topping 1,500 newtons, which is like having 150 kilograms of weight slamming down all at once on one tiny spot. This totally explains why no other small animal can even come close to competing with this creature. Mantis shrimp spend most of their lives in tight rocky burrows, only coming out to hunt or find a mate. They really only have to deal with one curious intruder, humans. But even for humans, catching one is a total nightmare because this creature sees ultraviolet and polarized light. They literally see colors that no mammal could ever even imagine. This amazing coordination between those super complex eyes, the lightning-fast arm, and that insane shock resistance makes it one of the most perfectly integrated creatures in all of nature. Every single part works in total harmony, like a machine designed with ultimate precision. Scientists are still studying the secrets of this silent, powerful creature, maybe even to create new protective materials or smart prosthetic limbs for the future.